This month is all dedicated to finding your own authentic voice in your business. This is so important because authenticity is the highest and most magnetic frequency we can be on. It actually vibrates higher than love. So this alone should make being as authentic as you can be one of your overall life goals. Welcome to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. My name is Jeanine Hurd. I am so excited that you found this podcast or that you're tuning in to another episode. This podcast is all about manifestation, big money, energetics, spirituality, how it's all connected, and most importantly, how you can increase your bank account right now. So let's dive in today's episode. I am so excited to be here with you. If this is the first time you're catching me live on YouTube or on the podcast app, say hi, leave a comment, leave a review. It truly means the world to me. If you're new to my world, every month we have an overall topic we are talking about. And this month, for the month of July in 2024, it is all about authenticity. And I have to admit, I am obsessed. This is my favorite part in this whole manifestation game. And my podcast is called Manifesting Big Money Fast. And the frequency of fast is actually the frequency of authenticity. Because the moment I am authentic, and what that means we talk about in a little bit, I am super magnetic, I am super fast. And authenticity to me just means you say whatever it is that is on your heart and soul and you desire to express. And sounds super easy and super simple. However, it can be not difficult, challenging. This is a word I would like to use, challenging. And I remember this like it was yesterday. During COVID, I had my personal opinion about vaccines and all of that. And my authentic version just would have loved to say, people, I want to shake all of you. This is the biggest scam ever in history. You're being manipulated. Stop leaving the fear bubble. It's nothing more than a freaking fear bubble. And I was not brave enough to say it like that. And it doesn't matter. I'm not sharing this because I want you to agree with me or not. I'm sharing this with you because this was on my heart and soul back then. This is how I saw the world. And this is, if I wouldn't have had any fear, what I deeply desired to express. However, there was fear. I was super scared. If you've been part of my community for the last 5 years, you know what happened. I didn't express my opinion for a very long time. However, there were times when I finally stood up and expressed my opinion, and it literally took not even 48 hours and my Instagram account was deleted. My bank accounts were frozen. It was really a wild time. However, back then it was even, I had this opinion I truly desired to express. I was not brave enough. So what happens? Our body starts reacting. And I'm a person, I always say my mantra is, I'm healthy and wealthy. That's it. If people ask me, how are you? I always say, I'm healthy and wealthy. However, back then, so I don't know, the last time I was sick, it's been a very long time. But I remember during COVID, before, like when this all started, I wasn't speaking my truth. My throat, like I was coughing like a freaking maniac and it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. However, the moment I started speaking up, speaking my truth, my cough was gone, which I had for months before. And I thought this was so mind blown. So I truly felt back then, even the way my body reacted was just a reaction to what was on my heart and soul. And when we don't express this, we create very dense energy, which even can make us sick. So the power of authenticity for me is the language we speak because it heals our heart and soul. It is a language that is super magnetic, it's super fast, that creates wild results. And I know this sounds all amazing, almost too good to be true. And the polarity of this, the negative side of this is, it's only our opinion. like to me, everything we see in this world is just an opinion of someone. There's no real truth that fits all. Every person of us has their own truth. Every person of us sees the world how they see it. And that means it is a universal law of polarity, where it's up and down, men and women, right and left. We always have two polar opposites. That means there have to be people out there that agree with this, that agree with my content and what I'm saying. And at the same time, there have to be people out there that say this is the biggest hoax ever. What a BS. And very often we are scared of expressing our true opinion on how we see the world, how we see business, what has worked for us, what hasn't worked for us, because we're too scared of this one end of the stick, of the people that don't like us, that don't like the work. They don't even know us. It is just something, it's a whole different story. But those people exist, and they always will be existing. But what happens when we don't express our true self, our own authentic version of life, of business, of spirituality? That is, we're not even serving the people that right now really desire to hear our message. It is important to them. It creates a true impact. And contemplate this. Right now, you're not showing up in your greatest version, in your grandest version, because you're scared of the people that don't like you, that don't agree with your opinion. And the people you truly could serve, you could have an impact on, that the people you are a true game changer and life changer for, you're not showing up. But those would be the ones which are your biggest cheerleader. So this is truly a perspective that always, 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 always has helped me. And I truly hope it helps you too. So authenticity is very easy, is very simple if you contemplate, especially in a business context. What is it on your heart and soul that you feel like the world has to know? The world has to know. And for me, this was always one message, like in the work I'm doing now, it was truly like, people, are you all crazy? No one needs a business strategy 1, 2, 3. What you have to do is start listening to your heart and soul, and you will receive your own path, because we're all individual. And this is something I still see today. It is not, no one wakes up and even says, I desire a business strategy, a 1, 2, 3, 4. It is rather coming from the frequency of need. I need a business strategy because I'm not there where I desire to be. It's not working out for me. It's all based on need. And manifestation is very simple. Input equals output. So if you're in the need frequency, the only thing you can attract is more neediness. And now ask yourself, is this something I desire? Neediness, like needy clients. I don't desire anyone in my world that needs what I have to say, that needs my program. I desire people in my world that desire my programs, that desire to learn. It's a whole complete different vibe of people. They couldn't be more differently. So I always tell everyone in my community, never ever use the word need, because the only thing, that's something my soccer friends in Germany always told me, Jeanine, the only thing I need is to breathe, drink, and poop. Saying it, those may be things you need to do. Everything else should be coming from desire. You don't need a business that's making millions, multi-millions, but you should desire it. Can you see, is a whole different frequency. If you desire something versus you need it, you want it. It's all lack and limitation. So the other part about authenticity for me was really saying that every human being is unique. That's why we are doing this whole month. The world doesn't need more copycats. The world doesn't even desire more copycats. But what the world truly desires is creativity, your expression, your point of view of the world. And that is so different. That is so different. And the beauty is, if we actually, as a collective, start focusing on that, this is how I see the world, this is what I desire to express, this is my own creativity, we wouldn't even dare to compare. Because why would I compare myself to you, your work, even if you're doing exactly the same thing as I am? It never can be exactly the same because, first of all, I'm teaching a lot through or from my life experience. I bet your life experience has been very different to my life experience. How I see the world is very different to how you see the world. Maybe there are things in common, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Second, this is the power of authenticity. I'm in my own lane. All of a sudden I'm focused because it doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing, what's happening on my right side, on my left side, because I'm in my own lane. I'm playing my own game. And you hear this people so often saying, I don't know what XYZ is doing because I'm playing my own game. I'm in my own lane. And this to me is the only thing that truly matters. It doesn't matter. However, if I hear other people, other business people like accomplishing really big milestones, I find this inspirational. I'm like, I always say, thank you so much for showing me what's possible. This is mind-blowing. It's opening up my horizon. It's helping me to grow in my own lane. But I always do an honest check-in. Is this something I truly desire or not? Is this something I desire or not? And there are many things in my life I desire, and those become my goals. And I'm on this path to receiving those kind of things. And there are also many things which are not important, which I don't desire. For instance, building a house with my own hands. I have no desire to do this on my own, but I have the biggest desire to hire the most amazing people to build my dream house. Can you see, like, it is not that we desire everything. It is not true. If you tune in, there are many things you desire to do. Like, I desire sometimes to cook and I desire to have a chef. Like, I desire to stay at 5-star hotels and I desire to stay at my own home. It's all, like, for me, very often it's a combination of things. It's never either or. So it's so important. Authenticity is also, to me, continuously doing a check-in with yourself, like what you're asking for to receive from the universe, from Mother Nature, the gods, the spirits, however you want to say it. Is this something that you truly desire, or you think you should have it because society told you if you have XYZ, then you're the spiritual millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire Buddha? And this is something I see actually very often happening with clients, that they say they have goals, things they desire to achieve, but they don't desire it. And now what happens is I'm bringing this force energy to the table. Like, I have to force it. It's hard. It's difficult. It's draining. Like, it's just like, I'm like burned out from the path. And this is always a clear indicator that you're on a path which is actually not yours, instead of owning it. It's really cool. It's out there. It's one of the million, billion, trillion, gazillion possibilities. And I desire something else, and that is XYZ for me. And this is my last point for today. Many people actually don't receive $1 million and the money is there, we all agree the money has been printed, the money is here. But not everyone desires the money. But almost 95% of the planet want the money, need the money. Oh, the only thing that can create want and need is more opportunities, more life situation in which you will need the money instead of switching to desire. And maybe right now, all you desire is $10,000 a month, $20,000, $50,000, whatever the amount is. It doesn't matter the amount. It is about the frequency of authenticity. Because if we are connected to a goal which is authentic to us, meaning what we truly desire, this is a frequency of fast. And this is when the biggest and wildest miracles are happening to you. I hope this helps you. I love you. If you haven't signed up for our Pay What You Want masterclass, Copycat, Stop Copying, Being Your True Self, do this right now. The link is in the show notes. If you already know, this is cool, this is amazing, I truly desire to do a deep dive into my human design chart, astrology chart, desire to know what my gifts are, what I'm bringing to the table, all based on my own authentic version, then the She Knows Herself program is for you. You are finding the links in the show notes as well. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe, share, talk about it. Let's connect. I love you. I'm talking to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. I've got 3 very important announcements for you. First, if you like what you're listening, make sure you leave some gratitude, leave a review, share the podcast. Second, if you love what you're listening to and you want more of that, there is a VIP version available. That means you will have access to 3 podcast episodes every single week. Simply check out the store, courses.richandhappiness.com, or the link in the show notes. And lastly, there are always monthly money activations happening around the new moon and full moon. If that is something you're interested, check out the store for the next money activation. I love you and I can't wait to see your beautiful face soon again.